Hello guys, welcome to Kweku Tech. If today is your first time here, please don't forget to hit on the subscribe button and the notification icon below. So today I have Edina Mahaji here with me. He was recommended by Dennis Efan Ponsa in our previous video. Edinam is a software engineer and an illustrator. He'll be sharing with us how he's able to blend those two things. You know, blending animation with software engineering is something very tough that someone can be able to do. Stay tuned. Edina, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Thank you. I see you are well prepared today because how from the previous video I had with Dennis, how he recommended you. It means you have a lot to tell my audience today.
I hope so.
So where do you come from, Edina?
I'm from Agbozome in the Water region.
Agbozome.
Yeah.
Wow. Agbozome. The name itself.
Have you heard of
it? Yeah, I've heard of
Okay.
it. I'm also from the Water region, so
That's nice.
I know a little about those places. So, your educational background, can you give us a little educational background?
So, I mean, if you watch the previous video, Dennis mentioned me, right?
Yeah.
He mentioned went to the same junior high.
Yeah.
So I spent all my life on campus, KNUC campus.
Oh, okay.
So I went to the KNUC primary school, then KNUC JHS, then KNUC University.
Oh. Okay, so you were in KNUST SHS?
No. I also went to Kumasi High School as Dennis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you switched from the KNUST and went to Kumasi High School.
Yeah.
So your parents were based in Kumasi?
Yes. On campus, KNUC campus.
Oh, so was it your dad or
my
both?
Dad? Yes. Okay, the whole family.
Okay, so your dad is a lecturer?
Yes, he is.
Oh, wow. One thing they usually say about lecturers is their children are very brilliant, right? They read a lot, and this is an example of those people. So, how did you get into tech? You actually teacher about it.
Yeah. I think since I was a kid, I was always interested in animation games. I would spend hours behind the PC just playing games or watching animation, and it got to a point where as a kid, you have a wild imagination. So I wanted to create my own things, and that was when I started researching on how to do those things, how to create games, how to create animation and stuff. So that's why I got an interest in tech.
So your own was to be a gamer?
Yeah, I wanted to create games. Make games, yeah.
Okay, because Dennis said that's what Dennis also said in the previous video.
Yeah.
So why and how did you come into software engineering if you wanted to become?
So you see, I had the interest, but I didn't have guidance on the right step to take. So I was trying a lot of things. I remember I tried HTML. I even tried hacking, just to get into the industry. I wanted to just find a way, but I didn't have anybody to guide me or mentor me. So I think I did some research, and I found out that the best way in Ghana to go into the industry was through computer science.
Okay.
So I did computer science in university. So that was my introduction to tech officially. Yeah.
Okay. So basically, during your junior high school and senior high school was all about experimenting the whole tech.
Yes. Yeah. That was it.
Okay.
Yeah. I was trying so many things.
Okay. Yeah. So you didn't get any guidance?
No.
So no one even motivated you that you should go, if you do gaming, maybe there are some industries in
no
Ghana?
It was all just self-research and just trying a lot of things. Yeah.
Okay, so when did you start writing your first code?
I don't remember. Probably. Okay, I think after BC.
Okay.
Yeah, I went for a class. I think they taught me Java and some other program, C++. Yeah.
Then you started really early, because for me, I got to university before I even heard something called
yeah, but I think
programming, and
at that time I didn't really take it
serious.
Yeah,
but you were exposed to it.
I was exposed to it. Yeah.
So that was what gave you the knowledge to even go and research more about it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. So university, which programs did you?
Computer science.
Computer science.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. So apart from the computer science, do you have any other, like apart from the theories that you have in the university, do you have any other groups that you used to join based back then or something?
No groups, but I used to do a lot of internships.
Okay.
And so that's why I had my exposure to like the tech industry through internships. Yeah.
Okay. So internship expose you more into the practical aspects.
Yeah.
So you didn't have the opportunity to have those programming groups that Dennis and Co talk about, Java
I
developers
didn't really
group.
join any groups when I was on campus, unfortunately. Yeah.
Was there not groups or you?
There were many. I looking back, I think I should have been more involved in them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, how did you get your first job?
After uni, I did my national service at the military academy.
Okay.
Yeah, and over there, I wasn't doing a lot of software inclined things, so I was looking to get into software.
Okay.
So I reached out to Dennis.
Okay.
Yeah, and he mentioned about turntable.
Okay.
And I just applied,
Okay.
and luckily I got a job.
Okay, so in your life you already bounced before for an opportunity.
So far, no.
Yeah. So you say Dennis has been a source of a guidance to you.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah, definitely.
So what are some of the tech stacks that you use in your daily?
Currently Java and Scala.
Java and Scala.
Yeah.
How will you recommend Java to someone?
I think it's a good first language. If you are now getting into programming, Java is somewhere to start.
Java.
Yeah.
Wow. So if you are getting into tech programming, they say Java is the first to start with.
Could be. It can be.
It can be.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So can you take us through some of the daily things you do as a software engineer, like your daily activities? Because most people say software engineers don't have life. So share with us some of your daily activities you do when you wake up from bed till the day ends.
Okay. So from the beginning of the day, I think I just log in and I work on my tasks. Okay. But I usually join like a meeting with my teammates.
Okay.
And if I need any help, we discuss and try and like help each other out. Then around midday, we have a scrum. Okay. Where we talk about what we've done throughout the day, any challenges we faced, and after that we just continue work and close.
Okay. Talking about, I'm bringing you back to your university days, right? You did mention something like you didn't join those developer groups back on campus. If someone is in university now or getting into university now, will you recommend those people to join those kind of developers group on and outside campus to be able to get more exposure to?
Yeah, definitely. I think that, like I was saying, looking back, I should have been more involved because I was still at that point. I still needed like guidance and direction. So if I had that, I think I would have been doing better now. So I would recommend, if you are on campus or about to enter campus, join the groups. They are very important.
Yeah. Okay. Now, looking at the tech industry in Ghana, there are more software engineers more than the time that you said you were going into tech, right? Mm-hmm. Will you recommend people to get mentors before getting into university to get more exposure to these tech staffs?
100%. Yeah, 100%. I think for me, what mentorship does is that it helps you to not make the mistakes that your mentor made. So you probably waste your time doing a lot of research or trying things you shouldn't be trying, when somebody can just like tell you a straight path to like where you want to go to. So that's what mentorship can do for you.
Okay. So apart from the gaming that you talk about, creating games, were there other passion that you had you would have gone into than the software engineering?
No. It was always that was my first design. I just stuck to it. Okay. I've never really had a difference. Yeah.
So do you have any idea of developing your own gaming company one day in the country for people who also want to?
I think it's early days. It's early, but you never know. You never know.
You never know what the future holds, right? So, talking about the animation, right? Are you still doing it now that
Yes.
you're a software engineer?
Yes, I am. I am still doing it.
So, how do you blend the two?
It's very difficult. It's very difficult. Yeah. I think animation and games were the reason why I got into software in the first place.
Okay.
So, in the beginning, it was quite challenging to do both because software is very demanding. If you want to be good at software, you need to put in time, and the same for animation as well. So it was very difficult blending it, and there were times when I like stopped animating just so I could get better at software.
Okay.
But then I realized that every time like I was in software and I was not doing animation, I would not feel, because it's what I wanted to do.
Okay.
So I picked it up again. And
talking about that, you did mention like after you researching about the animation and software engineering, you realize you have to do software engineering. Is there programming in the animation side too?
So it's just like you see, if you say software engineer, it's very broad.
Yeah.
So the same with animation. So yes, there are some. There can be like a programming in animation.
So what are some of the animations you've done so far?
I have a lot, but what I have published, I have my YouTube channel.
Okay.
Where I animate.
Can you give us the name of your YouTube channel?
It's called Editing Station.
What?
Editing Station.
Editing Station.
Yeah.
So Edinam and Station. Editing Station.
It's not very creative.
Mad combination. Oh, okay. So when people visit the YouTube channel, they can get to know more of what you do.
Yeah.
So do you do it commercialized, or it's just a passion that you are doing for now?
Yeah. So it's just I'm just enthusiastic about it. It's just it's a passion. It's a passion.
Okay. So what are some of the things your animations talk about?
Talk about startups, tech, that sort of thing.
Okay. So you have like how would I put this? You have tasted two sides of the tech industry, right? That's the animation and the software engineering. If you are to recommend to someone right now between the software engineering and the animation, which one would you recommend for the person and why?
I don't think I can recommend, but it's just like I know that there are people that have like a creative side and analytical side, like people who like to solve mathematical questions, program. They also like to create. And sometimes you can get a confusion on which path to go, right? So, but it's possible to stick to both. You don't have to just stick to one and be good at it. You can be good at both, and that's why I try to do. I'm trying to do. So I would recommend both. Pick both if you can.
But there is a saying that jack of all trades, master of none. Or in your case, it's not so.
But it's not all trades, just two trades. So
okay. Okay. So if I would say programming language, if someone is getting into programming right now, which languages will you recommend for the person?
Like a very fresh beginner.
Yes.
Maybe Java. Python, yeah.
Java and Python. Okay. And about the animation, which softwares do you use for that?
So I use different softwares.
Okay.
So for sketching and illustrating, maybe I use Clip Studio Paint.
Okay.
Yeah, and Photoshop. Then for animation, I use After Effects. I do motion graphics.
Okay.
So it's After Effects for motion graphics, Premiere Pro, then character animator. Yes.
Okay. So if someone wants to go into that illustration, do the person need to know all these tools that you've mentioned?
No.
Okay.
They're just tools, right?
Okay.
So as long as you want to learn. I mean, you can learn how to draw using just a sheet of paper and a pencil. So you don't necessarily need
all those things.
So, unless maybe you want to do digital arts, then maybe that's when you need
Thank you for passing through.
Thank you for having
Your
me.
last words for our audience.
So my last words would be, if you are somebody who has a passion for creative side, creative things, and analytical things like programming, don't be confused. You can do both, and can join me, and we can do both together.
He said you can join him so that you do both together. Your social media handles.
So my social media, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Edin Station, and LinkedIn at Edinam Ahaji.
LinkedIn at Edinam Ahaji. He's a professional software engineer and an illustrator. My last question before you leave is, who do you want next on the show?
Who do I want next on the show? Chima.
Chima. I've been following Chima for like about 3 months now, and Chima will keep on postponing me. So today, Edinam himself has mentioned his name here again. Chima, is better if either you come to us or we will come to you. In our next episode, we will be seeing Chima on the show. Thank you. Peace. Don't forget to subscribe and hit on the notification icon so that anytime I do a new video, you'll be able to get it. And please reshare this post to as many people as you can. Peace.